Hey, what's up everyone? Today I wanted to get into something that I think about a lot, doing more with less. You know, there's a ton of gear out there and it's easy to get wrapped up in thinking you need it all to do something cool, but honestly, some of my favorite stuff comes from just using the basics. Like today I'm keeping it simple. I'm using this Yamaha Reface CP that I picked up secondhand off eBay. It's in pretty good condition, although there's some scratches on it, which is cool. I'm going to be using it for its piano sounds, and I'll be using Ableton's stock plugins as well. I've got my Biodynamic DT99 Pros that I've just had for years, and that's it. Nothing fancy, just what we need to get creative. This keyboard has some really nice sounds built in, and it's battery powered too. I've just got a jack, so it's recording in mono. You can record stereo. In fact, that would probably be better, but we're keeping things simple. And then I've just got a MIDI cable as well, in case I run any Ableton sounds. So I'm starting with a basic Wurlitzer patch, which sounds really nice. I really like this keyboard because it's got some really warm electric piano sounds, and it's super compact. And it's pretty cool if you're traveling. It's got built-in speakers as well, although I've turned those off because I'm recording directly to Ableton today. So that's the Wurlitzer. Got this Rode sound. Pretty nice. Quite bright. Rhodes 1. Oh, that's more reminiscent of a Mark 1. Pretty nice. What else have we got? Clavinova. Cool. It's got a toy. I don't know what that means. Maybe we can use that today. That's crazy. And then we've got this CP, which is the Yamaha CP. Electric piano. It's actually got a really nice tone. We've got some onboard effects as well, like tremolo. Pretty nice. Can change the rate as well. Depth. Nice. We've got a chorus. Yeah, that's nice actually. Pretty nice. That's hitting it hard though. Might keep some of that on. We've got a delay. Cool. More. Mental. Pretty cool. And then we've got a reverb as well. Lovely. I'm going to mess around and try and lay down a quick progression. The thing about working with less gear is that you can focus more on the actual music, how the chords feel, how the melody sits. Really, it's just more about the vibe than the tech. Damn. Yeah, I'm liking the feeling of that. So we've got a G major 7. I'm kind of thinking that is like the key center really. And I'm keeping this note B on top. And then we go to like a passing chord, A flat minor 7. Still with the B on top. And then A minor 7. Still with that B on top. And there's other options as well for passing chords, like this is a cool one. And then we end up on B minor 7. Still with the B on top. Cool, so I think that's a pretty nice vibe. Now I'm adding in a drum loop, nothing crazy. Gonna check out this recent sample pack from The Count Volume 6, and I'll use Ableton's stock stuff. I think it's important to show that you don't need a massive sample library or any expensive plugins to make music that grooves. You can also get a subscription license for something like Splice as well, which is like, I don't know, £5–10 a month. I actually don't use it personally, but I see a lot of producers that do. Yeah, I like that. It's kind of a softer sort of vibe. Let's see if we can work with it. Cool. I'm going to see if I can use some of the onboard effects on this keyboard to create some soundscapes that build texture and begin to fill out the arrangement. That's kind of cool up until that B. Let's try that again. I'm going to use some bass sounds that came with Ableton Live to see if I can come up with a groove that complements the drums, the arpeggio line on top, and the main theme. So this is the bass I'm using. I guess it's kind of like trying to replicate an electric bass. If I just took this sound on face value, I'd probably scroll on past it, but in this context, there is some sort of character and warmth that actually draws me to the sampled nature of this sound. Let's see if we can come up with something. Kind of like you're playing tenths. Yeah, something like. Kind of cool. See how we've chopped up the drums? You start to notice how subtle and simple changes can begin to make a big difference in terms of the groove. So where the hi-hats are being chopped and the kicks are coming in on the pushes for those chords, I think makes a big difference. I'm going to try a slightly different bass variation for this second section that we were messing about with earlier. Keeping that bass simple and just trying to think about the groove and pocket. And see, by keeping things simple, you start to notice lots of small details, like how the piano interacts with the drums. And instead of worrying about adding more elements, you spend a bit more time working on getting those two elements to interact and interplay really nicely. And speaking of keeping things simple, I've got a brand new single out called Good Things Happen. It's a track written with the incredibly talented Aaron Wood, who actually featured in a previous YouTube video and I've written music with for many years now. It's a track that actually came together with just a few tools, and really we were focusing on the feeling of that song, really just capturing that moment when everything just clicks and feels like it works. If you've got a few minutes, I'd love for you to check it out. It's streaming everywhere now. Ooh. So I'm going to do a rough mix using just Ableton stock plugins. If you can get your music sounding good using the volume sliders and EQ and some panning, then you're 90% of the way there. So yeah, let's hone in on that for a few minutes before we wrap up. Some reverb. A little bit of EQ. A little bit of compression. Maybe some sidechain to the kick of the drum loop. Cool, so let's wrap up there. So yeah, if you're working with a minimal setup or you're just starting out, don't stress about having all the latest gear. Just carve some time for yourself to make whatever feels good to you and your ears. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down below in the comments. And if you're working with a minimal setup, let me know what you're using. Oh yeah, I also create tutorials over on Patreon. I've made a new one to go along with this video, which is all about using modes to create your own chord progressions like the one I came up with earlier. So if you're into creating your own chord progressions and want to find out more about how I think about those, do check out the Patreon. We're also building up a back catalogue of other tutorials and content as well to help you in your journey as a music producer and musician. Also, don't forget to check out Good Things Happen. It's my latest single and it's a personal favourite. Thanks again for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next video.